Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Yappers Club. So, before we start, happy late Valentine's Day. I know I was supposed to record yesterday, защото вчера беше Светли Валентин, and I had this whole thing planned for yesterday, but things happen and I was very stressed and very just mad and I was going through it. I've been going through it for a month. Но вчера бях толкова ядосан и толкова стресиран и толкова нервен, so I couldn't really record. So I decided to record today. But before we actually start with the thing I want to talk about today, I wanted to complain because I've had a terrible week. Terrible weeks, plural. I've never had one day that I would be like chill. В смисъл, буквално тия дни имам чувство, че съм супер нервен и супер стресиран и супер. И сега съм на толкова много кофеин и им чувство, че сърцето ще ми се пръсне because I haven't slept enough. I haven't eaten enough. I haven't drank. Не съм пил вода достатъчно. Like, I haven't been doing anything to make myself feel better, like physically. I think that it's a terrible month, to be honest. I feel terrible physically and mentally. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop recording. No, because why would I take a break when I can just keep filming? You know what I mean? So in this week's episode, also, do y'all see this? I'm professional now. Yeah. I wanted to talk about love because, yesterday was Valentine's Day and it's the season of love. It's happy, chocolates and strawberries and hearts and love and roses. Но, както всички знаят, if you don't know, I am single. Yes, I am. So yesterday was a very interesting day for me, защото миналата година на Свети Валентин I was in a relationship. This year, well, I wanted to reflect on that. I wanted to reflect on the fact that this year I'm not in a relationship on Valentine's Day, and it's not that important. It really no one really gives a fuck that much, to be honest. Because when I think about Valentine's Day, you always think about, relationships and like, защото повечето хора, защото като се замисля преди да влезна във връзка, I didn't really care about Valentine's Day because I think I was mad that I was single and everyone around me had a relationship, but I didn't. I was like, fuck every couple. Love is not real. Fuck humans. Why do I not get roses, but she gets roses? Who the fuck is she? And it's like, girl, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? But точно когато влезнах във връзка и празнувах Свети Валентин, празнувах is like pushing it. But I was with someone on Valentine's Day. I had a partner. It didn't really change. I mean, we did do something for Valentine's Day, but at the same time, it wasn't really still a big deal to me when I think about it, because it's like, do I have to show my love only on that day or every day? Because when you think about it, most couples do things like, oh my gosh, ще му взема подарък на моето гадже, ще взема подарък, или ще взема подарък на Свети Валентин, ще взема букет на Свети Валентин. I'm gonna surprise them with a vacation for Valentine's Day or something like that. Why do we have to only do it on Valentine's Day? I've never... Никога не съм го разбирал това, защото някой ще каже, да, сега съм подготвила подарък за Свети Валентин. It's like, girl, are you waiting for that day to come? Чакаш 14 февруари да дойде, за да можеш ти да му дадеш някакъв подарък. Give it to him now. Like, why are we wasting time to wait for a Valentine's Day? If you don't know the full conspiracy theory, actually, it's not even a conspiracy theory. I think it's the real history of Valentine's Day. If you don't know it, look it up. Then we can talk about that, because it's a whole like marketing scheme. But anyways, we don't need to talk about the history behind Valentine's Day. We need to talk about the issue currently that a lot of people are facing on Valentine's Day is being by yourself on the holiday and being lonely and depressed because you're single and you see stories of couples doing things for Valentine's Day. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it, because I was there. Last night, not so much. Last night I was vibing, to be honest. И аз дори вчера, като се събудих, дори не осъзнавах толкова много, че е Свети Валентин, because I'm so like not aware of everything going on around me. I'm dissociating most of the time. Гледах някакво стори също. By the way, what are couples doing for Valentine's Day in these days? Защото когато бях млада, that's not what the bitches were doing. Now, буквално виждам някакво стори на една двойка. I'm not gonna come for y'all because I'm single at the end of the day, so I can't really talk. I can't really attack anyone else because, I'm sitting in my bed by myself, so. Но, видях някаква двойка, която бяха качили как за Свети Валентин гледат не кой филм да е, а Титаник. And you think, oh my god, за Свети Валентин гледат романтичен филм за двойки. Романтичен филм за двойки, в който the man dies and she almost dies as well. And that's the ending. Why would you watch that on Valentine's Day? Why wouldn't you watch something that has a good ending? That's just me though. Although I love a good tragic love story. Like I just love when the main character dies and the other one's like, oh, I'm depressed. I'm gonna kill myself. I love that. But at the same time, like, what is going on? И после виждам други двойки, които, oh my god, той ми изненада с букет и с бомбони в леглото. And it's like, okay. And it's like the cheapest candy anyway. I'm sorry I'm hating on everyone else because I'm not getting it. I think that's why. A lot of people, including me, are hating on Valentine's Day. Because повечето хора, които хейтят на Valentine's Day, they're single and they're miserable with being single. Me not. I'm not. Listen, for me, I love hating. And that's just a part of me. But I'm everything but miserable about being single. Because for as long as I can remember when I was in a relationship, I couldn't even imagine what being single is anymore because I was in the relationship for a long time. So I didn't really know what being single is because I was still like emotionally dependent on that person for love, for everything. So I didn't really know what it was like to be single again. And when shit happened, and I became single and I had to learn to live with myself and learn to love being single and learn to depend on myself emotionally. That's when I was like, oh, so it's not the love that's the issue. It's you. Yeah, because most of the times when you are in a relationship, you start to get emotionally and just attached so much to that person that you literally forget who you are. Буквално забравяш какво е да си със себе си, какво е да си сингъл, какво е да се прибереш и да си мислиш само за твоите неща, because you're so caught up in that other person's life, which is not a bad thing. It really isn't, because I love being involved emotionally in every way actually with the person I am romantically. В смисъл, обожавам да съм супер involved в живота на партньора ми, but the silver lining is if that relationship ends, what the fuck are you gonna do? Nothing. There's like, you have to start over, basically. And that's why most people are like, oh my god, сега не мога да съм с никой на Свети Валентин, защото миналата ми връзка ми се сипа. No, you can though. You can be with someone else. You can go on a date for Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be that serious. It doesn't have to be, аз ще излеза с този човек, но ще излеза само с човек на Свети Валентин, който реално харесвам, с който реално искам да прекарам остатъка от живота си, blah, blah, blah. It's like, girl, no, it's just like a day. I mean, and who doesn't want free flowers and free candy? Come on, be serious. And who wouldn't want to dress up for a dinner date? And that brings me to my next topic, which I wanted to do something interesting because I've done a couple of love episodes. I have 50 of them at least. Like, bitch, you need to stop talking. No one gives a fuck. Clearly, I'm the worst example of what you should do in a relationship. Clearly. Because, bitch, I mean, look at me. But I wanted to do something different today. So I decided to search up on the interwebs. What are the most important questions to ask when dating, when starting to date again, or just dating in general? So let's find out what are the most frequent questions when dating, when getting into dating, or when trying to explore the dating world. With me, your life coach. So, the first most frequent question, actually, which makes sense, to be honest, is how do you know when you're ready to date again after a breakup? And the answer is, the short answer is, you don't. Actually, Maybe I think some people do, but for me, I don't really, because I'm a very emotionally attached person. И дори с хора, с които вече не говоря, дори не сме били в връзка, дори сме били приятели, it's like, I get so attached to that person. И ако приключим отношения, it's like, what the fuck do I do now? It's like, damn. But I think you're gonna be ready when the thought of that person brings no emotion. And that's not a bad thing. Because a lot of people would say, ама да, ти, като спреш да мислиш за този човек, това значи, че вече не го харесваш. No. If you're a good and a sane person, you always have that respect for that person you were with, romantically or whatever. But if that didn't work out, respect the person and move on. And when you think about that person and someone brings them up and you don't blink or you don't react in a certain way or you don't have any like thoughts running through your head like, oh my god, да, защо го bring up? Нека сега ще мисля за този човек. If you don't have that and nothing is going on in your brain, then I think you're ready. But at the same time, sometimes you think you're ready for a new relationship and you think you're ready to start dating again and like, but it's never the case. I mean, you really should spend all of your time after the breakup really healing after that thing. You shouldn't try to reach out to them. You shouldn't try to date someone else instead of healing by yourself. You shouldn't try to lie to yourself that you're better when you're really not. Because it takes a lot of time for a lot of people to get over a relationship. Колкото и да казваш, мен не ми пука толкова много, мен не ми е толкова тъпо, аз не мисля толкова много за този човек, аз не съм такъв, аз не съм такъв. But at the end of the day, we are people who feel things. So I don't know how true that is because, I mean, yeah, we're people, we feel. And the emotion we feel most is love and anger and sadness. One of them is love, though. One of them is love. And love is a very strong emotion. So do with that information what you want. I'm just saying. If you don't feel anything when you think of that person, I think you are on the right path to dating again. But it's still not, you still have to be very cautious. Still have to be very cautious about what you want and what you feel. Защото ако тръгнеш с човек, с който реално те харесва и реално иска да тръгне с теб, but you're not over your ex, that's putting that person in a bad situation, in a bad spot, because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings just because you haven't healed from yours. You know what I mean? So, anyways, next question. Oh, this is riveting. This is a good question. How do you communicate your needs without sounding needy? Okay, I've had that problem. I've always had that problem actually in every relationship that I've been in. Не че съм била в много. I'm not a slut, okay? I'm not a whore. But I have been in a couple. But it's hard every time because when you have needs that aren't met and you want to communicate with your partner about them, most of the times that person thinks you want more. You're taking more. You want more energy of theirs. You want more communication. You want more feelings. You want more of this. You want more of that. And it's like it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't, because you have basic needs. You need comfort, you need affection, and you need love, and you need peace when you are dating someone. That's like the main things you want, right? You want good communication. You want to be comfortable when you're around them. You want them to be affectionate, and you want to be at peace when you are around them and you are with them and you are thinking of them. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want to be nervous. You don't want to be insane. You don't want to be not eating or not sleeping. So basically, I think if you try to communicate that with your partner and they say something like, oh, you're very needy, или искаш адски много от мен, или не мога да ти дам това, защото това е твърде много от мен, you have to really think to yourself, is that asking too much? And the answer, babe, is fucking no. It's no. Because, listen, you have friends, right? They give you the same amount of affection and all the things I listed. They give you the same things, but your partner doesn't. Like, what do you mean it's a lot? It's nothing. It's basic human contact. It's basic human needs that every person has to have in order to feel good, you know? So I don't think it's asking a lot. I don't think that's a lot of energy. I don't think you should hide away those thoughts and feelings, because in the long run, you're not gonna feel satisfied just because of the thought, oh my god, ако ми споделя сега, те си помисля, че аз съм needy, че съм някакъв like a energy vampire. And that's not the case. If you think that, you're gonna stay in that relationship unhappy for too long. And then you're gonna think to yourself, oh, look at what happened. It's been 3 years and I'm not happy in this relationship. So bite the bullet and tell your partner, hey, I don't feel comforted enough. Hey, I don't feel like I'm getting enough affection, physical or mental, whatever it is. I'm not peaceful in the relationship. And if they say some shit like, oh, but that's needy, or that's asking too much, it's never asking too much. You're never asking for too much when you are in a relationship. Because, I mean, it's love. Love has no boundaries. So I don't think being needy should be seen as a bad thing, because there are needy people. I was a very needy person. Now, not so much. Really. I think I've doubled down a lot on myself about being needy and stuff. But still, communicate. And if that communication doesn't work on their side, girl, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to leave. Or you can try to work it out, but if you keep going in the same fucking direction, you're going into circles for like years or months or whatever, it's not gonna feel good. And you're gonna feel unsatisfied and unhappy in the relationship. And if you want to do that, and if you want to stay in that relationship, that's your journey. I've been in them, so I know what that's like. But still, learn to appreciate yourself and what you need, because what you need is not a lot. That's like basic. That's like the bottom of the barrel basic. Oh, this is a fun one. Okay, let's break it up, защото говорих за супер много deep неща. I feel like a fucking prophet currently. The next question is, what are red flags to watch out for early on? And I love this question because I am blind. I never see them. Bitch, I've never seen one. Because I am blind, and I can't really answer that question. But if I have to talk about it, if I have to put my glasses on as I have and see the red flags, ако се държи зле with workers. And by workers, I mean, да кажем сте на ресторант и той се държи зле with the server, или сте излезнали на бан и отивате на магазин и той се държи надменно с like the worker. If there's no reason for them to be doing that, I mean, it's just, what the fuck are you doing? Like, there's no need to be doing that, you know? If they are a Karen, and by a Karen, I mean literally that, bitch, where you go outside, you go to a bakery, let's say, and they don't have muffins, gluten-free muffins for you. Изважда цялата тази пиеса за това как не ги е срам те да не продават такъв мъфин за мен, защото аз съм това. And it's like, you're not entitled. Like, you are just a person, and I don't think that's really necessary for you to be doing that, King. Like, we can just go to another place. It's not that serious. Or another red flag is, I actually forgot. Another red flag is you're gonna think this is funny. You're gonna think this is very funny, but the way they act with animals, the way they act around animals, the way they talk about animals. Защото, да кажем, ти имаш домашен любимец, или сте излезнали и виждате някакво куче, някой си разхожда кучето, and they react, защо, как може такива кучета, така. They're like grossed out by them. Or you have, like, let's say they come over, and, for example, аз имам котка, и те ще някакво, имаш котка, ама тя чиста ли е, ама тя обезпреситена ли е, ама тя така ще ме захапа ли, ще ме отраска ли, it's like, King, Queen, they, them, zemzer. I invited you to my house and you're attacking my cat. You're attacking my pets. Oh, okay. Okay. I just hate people who don't like animals. Like if you are scared of animals, that's another thing. But if you're grossed out by them, by a little fucking tiny fucking chihuahua bitch, if you're grossed out by it, get your priorities straight, really. Or a cat. You're scared of a cat. It's not gonna do shit to you. I mean, my cat. Моята котка може да нападне, but like others won't. I promise. Next red flag for me personally is them commenting on the way you eat. Because I've always hated that, even with new people that I'm meeting, friends, whatever. But let's say you're on a first date and you order a big plate of fucking bitch, I don't know, like a big plate of shit. Not shit, but like you get. So you ordered a big plate of a Caesar salad, a chicken breast, and a big fucking lemonade. Един литър, мила, студена. И ти казват нещо от сорта на: ама ти можеш ли това цялото го изядеш? Или сигурен ли си, че ще изядеш това цялото нещо? Или, окей, ма аз дори нямам толкова много човек. It's like, what do you mean? Или ще ти кажат нещо от сорта на: ох, много обичам това. Майк, човек, аз никога не бих изял това нещо. Okay, that's your journey. Let me live my life. Let me enjoy the food I'm eating. What the fuck do you mean? Или аз лично гледам това и според мен това, което гледаш, няма да ти е окей после на стомаха. Even if my stomach explodes after the date, you need to keep your mouth shut. Because we are on a date and we need to be respectful, okay? And, yeah, just mind your fucking business. Quite frankly. Защото it's just annoying. I just hate people that talk about food all the damn time. Или нови хора, с които се запознаваш. Не говорим само тук за guys that are like dating. In general, when you meet new people, it's like, oh my god, човек, аз на твое място не бих го изял това цялото. But that's just me. Because I watch my figure. Mind your business, bitch. I'm skinnier than you either way. Clock that. Anyways, yeah, I think we should be more mindful about eating and food. Yeah, especially on a first date. On a first date, and another red flag, if they smell a little funky. Yeah. Или ако дойдат на срещата и не са си измили косата. If that thing is shining, go run. Because you cannot... В смисъл, не можеш да ми кажеш: ами аз просто нямам време да си измия косата, съжалявам. You're going on a date. Like, come on. At least pull yourself together. Pull yourself together a little bit. В смисъл, много зависи от ситуацията каква е, но повечето пъти, ако съм се разбрал с теб да излезем на среща, официална среща, shower. Wash that damn hair. It's not that difficult. I mean, we're going on a date. You have to look presentable at least. Или хората, които приемат първа среща като: омага, просто ще те взема от вас с колата ми и ще се возим. That's not a first date. That's a hookup. Okay? And you don't want to be around those people. Trust me, you don't want to be around those people. If someone you're talking with says: омага, да можем да излезем, ще те взема с колата и ще се возим и ще си вземем нещо да ядем. No. Don't do that, because on a first date you should be in public. In a public setting, not in a car, where they can kill you. Yeah, that's serial killer behavior. You want to tell me the first time we meet in real life, you want me to get in your car? No, that's not gonna happen. No, I'm not trying to get killed. And also, as I said, that's a hookup. That's not a date. That's a hookup. Thank you. And the last red flag, because I think I need to calm down. I'm getting mad. Да съдят абсолютно всичко, което казваш. Или вкусват ти за музика, или за книги, или за такова, и да се чувстват сякаш superior to you, in the sense that they have... В смисъл да им кажеш: ами аз по принцип четам fantasy books, or like enemies to lovers, because that's my shit. Okay? Yeah, that's my shit. Ама да ти кажат: ами аз чета Ницше. Аз чета Ти четеш това, аз чета портретът на Дориан Грея. Аз съм чел Лолита. If a man tells you, especially if a man tells you, моята любима книга е Лолита, run. Run for the hills, man. Because what do you mean, Lolita? What are you trying to say? What are the biggest mistakes people make in early dating? Oh, I love this question. The biggest mistake everyone does, including me, I've done this many times in my dating life, is over fucking sharing to, like, dude, bro, when I first meet someone and I want to make things less awkward, I'm going to overshit about my life. I'm going to overshit. And I might tell you shit like, yes, I have an eating disorder. Yes, I cut myself. Yes. And it's like, girl, y'all just met. And people wonder why they never called them back after the first date. And it's like, bitch, you told them about your whole life situation and why your dad hates your mom. And it's like, what is there to talk about after that? I mean, you spilled the beans on the first date. So it's like, bitch, be more mysterious. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't overshare. Also, don't overstep the boundaries on the first date, because you don't want to be kissing on the first date. You don't want to be spending the night on the first date. You don't want to be doing all of that. No physical affection. Maybe just a hug, but no kissing and no staying over. Защото някой ще каже, oh my god, мога да те изпрати до вас. No. I'm walking home by myself. And you're walking home by yourself. Boundaries. Keep the boundaries. Keep those boundaries at bay. Because you don't want to overstep boundaries on a first date. Like, never. That's like a big no-no on a first date. And the other thing is, don't talk about exes. I think it's a good and it's a healthy thing to talk about exes when you're dating someone, but not early on. I don't think that should be brought up on the first 3 or 4 dates. Защото ако се запознаеш с някой и почнете да си говорите, изведнъж ти каже, о, мага, това ми напомняш век, моят бивш или моята бивша, it's like, what do you mean by that? What did they do? And why am I hearing about it? We just met. Защо ми говориш за бившия ти партньор? Do I look like I give a fuck? No. I might. If I actually want to date you, I might give a fuck. But as of right now, I don't care. I care about my plate and I care about what I'm drinking. I don't care about your fucking last situationship, whatever the fuck it was. I don't care. So don't bring up exes early on in dating, because it might play out nice, but most of the times people get a little bit sensitive. So don't bring it up. Make sure to first feel out the energies, feel out the water, feel out the air, feel out everything before you bring exes up, because some people are uncomfortable about it, as they should be. So feel out everything around you and around that person in the energy before you bring that up, because it's not gonna play out the way you want it to most times. Yeah. What is another mistake? Oh, another mistake in dating early on is spending all of your time together. And before y'all attack me, защото някои ще кажат, аз го харесвам, искам цялото време да си прекарам с него, аз я харесвам, искам през цялото време да съм с тях, искам цяла нощ и цял ден и постоянно да съм с тях и да съм залепен за тях. And it's like, yes, I get it. It's like very thrilling when you first start dating someone and things are going well and you're drawn to each other. It's like so exciting. It's like honeymoon phase, basically. But spend that time that you're spending with them, also have some time for yourself. Have, let's say, like 2 or 3 days or even 4 when you're by yourself or you're going out with your friends. Because, I mean, another thing people really fuck up when they are dating someone early on is forgetting they have fucking friends. They're spending their whole day and night, every single day, 24/7 with their partner. And what happens to your friends, babe? Where are they? So make sure you have the time for yourself and the time for your friends because dating is not that important. Your friendships and you should always be here. Okay? You should always be here. И също още нещо, което не е много хубаво да се прави, което that may sound a little bit conceited, it may sound a little bit narcissistic, it may sound a little bit like I'm a mean person, but не правете услуги на човека, с който се занимавате. Не правете услуги на човека, с който се занимавате, освен ако наистина не е някаква услуга, която нали, it's a live or die kind of situation. You know what I mean? Because аз обичам да правя услуги за хората, които обичам и ако реално се разбирам с човека, I don't even have to be that close to you. I'm a very helpful person. I like to think so. И реално, ако се занимавам с някой, нали, те ще ми кажат, о, мага, ще ми направиш ли тази услуга? Не. It's just not gonna happen. Because let's say you just started dating or like going out. Let's say you're week one into like dates and stuff. И ви кажат, можеш ли да ми служиш с пари? Не. 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 Did you hear my stomach? Буквално това е oh my god, като чуя пари или се занимаваш с някой от една седмица, брат, и той ти каже, ще му служиш си 20 лева. How about you ask your mommy and daddy? Why are you asking me? Who am I? We just met. И искаш 20 лева за какво? Цигари? I'm sorry, but it's just like, it just feels uncomfortable asking someone. Even if you have really close friends, some people are really uncomfortable with asking them for money. Some people are not. Някои хора си много им е удобно просто да пишете някой така, ще ми служиш с 10 лева, ще ми служиш с 20 лева. And it's like, are you not at least a little bit uncomfortable? Аз съм дори супер comfortable с това, че трябва да искам някакви 5 лева от някой мой супер близък човек. Пак камо ли за 20 или 30 или повече. Or especially asking someone you just met for money. Bitch, why are you going on a date if you can't afford it? I also have another thing that I briefly wanted to talk about, which is who should pay on the first date. And my opinion on that is split. Always split the bill. And if the bitches, the feminist community, or whatever, the men eaters say, мъжа винаги трябва да плаща, maybe you should pay as well, bitch. I don't care about this whole, the man should always pay, the man should always do this, the man should always, and what are you doing? You're just gonna sit there and look pretty? No, you're also gonna pay. Много зависи. Защото ако те поканят на среща, chances are, and if it's like a fancy dinner, they want to take you out. But if it's like McDonald's on a first date, it's like, girl, you can pay for your own burger. Защото аз, когато съм излизал на срещи, because they haven't, дори не са били срещи, to be honest, like, in my opinion, they weren't dates, but, you know, they are considered dates. Когато аз съм излизал на такива, повечето пъти съм си плащал аз. И някои хора ще кажат, добре, why wouldn't you let them pay? And it's like, why? If I have the money, why would I let anyone pay for me? Yeah, it's nice. Да, случило се някой да плати за мен, много пъти сметка, но в същото време съм някакво, why would I let them do that? I have the money. And also, it just feels off. Maybe it's a me problem. Maybe a lot of people don't have an issue with that because, I mean, men and women, am I right? The equality is crazy, honestly. We're all equal until the bill comes. Isn't that interesting? I'm sorry, that was mean. But next question is, which is a funny one, how do you deal with ghosting? I don't deal with it. Actually, I've never dealt with ghosting because I have been ghosted. For the 22 years that I have lived, I've been ghosted for most of them. Without doing anything, mind you. Without even doing anything, bro. I'm literally, like, I like you. I want to meet up. I want to see you in real life. I'm talking to you. interested in you, I'm invested in the conversation, and I wake up and I'm blocked. Or or ghosted. It's the same thing. It's like, damn. I one time I was left undelivered for 5 months. Like, girl, if you don't want to talk to me, just say you don't want to talk to me. I hate bitches that ghost. I hate people that ghost because it's the most childish thing ever. I've done it. Yes. 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 Yes, I have. I have done it many times, but not that much, to be honest. And when you do want to stop talking to someone and you don't feel the connection, especially when you're trying to like date someone, if you don't feel the connection or the spark, just say, let them know, like, hey, I'm not feeling the spark. You're a great person. Thank you for your time, blah, 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 blah. And leave it. You shouldn't like ghost, because like, then they're gonna overthink it and be like, oh my god, this is just so. And most of the time, it's not even them. Or it's not even you. Ако те ghost на те повечето пъти, дори it's not even you. I think it's just them. Most of the times. Because I know for myself, when I ghost someone, it's not even because they're not a good company or I'm not having a good time with them. It's just because of me. It's just because of my issues. Because I don't feel like I'm ready yet, or I don't feel compatible with that person. It's just me. It's not them. So if you are getting ghosted currently, it's them, not you. Remember that. Please try to remember. Ако искате да спрете отношения с някой, просто им кажете. It's not that scary. It's not like, oh my god, I'm so scared, what's gonna happen? What? И ако реагират зле, какво? Do you really give a fuck? Щом искаш да спреш отношения с тях, няма нужда да ти пука дали ще реагират зле или добре. To be honest, if you're trying to stop talking to someone, you shouldn't really care about how they react. И ако реагират зле, рано това ти показва, що за човек са. So, you ran away, girl. Congratulations. You're free. How do you handle mixed signals? You leave. I don't know why these are the most frequently asked questions, but if you are getting mixed signals, leave. If you're feeling that that person is leading you on, leave. Don't dwell on that shit. Don't fucking dwell on it. Because most of the times, когато получаваш такива mixed signals, е защото този човек, с който се занимаваш, той не знае какво иска. И когато този човек не знае какво иска, you shouldn't spend your precious energy or time on them because you know what you want. You want to be with them romantically. And they don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't know the fucking weather. They don't know what time it is. They don't know if they want to be your friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. They don't know. And if they don't know, you should leave. Why would you stay? Why would you continue doing that? And why would you continue talking to them when you're clearly getting mixed signals? And by mixed signals, I mean, те се държат едновременно като приятел с теб, едновременно като гадже с теб. And it's like, it's one or the other. Because I think there's a big difference between girlfriend, boyfriend, and friend, best friend. You know? There's a big difference between having a friend and having a partner. Okay, and if you are smart enough, you can see the difference. И ако някой се държи приятелски с теб with a hint of a little bit of flirt, it's a person who doesn't know what they want and they're experimenting. And you don't want to be the experiment, trust me. You don't want to be the guinea pig. So if you are getting mixed signals and you feel like that person is confused, you are right. They are confused. Leave. I know it might hurt you a little bit if you like them, but it's better for you to leave instead of staying and wondering, oh my god, добре, ще изчакам малко да видя какво ще стане. Нищо няма да се промени, мила. Нищо няма да се промени. So, leave. Is it okay to stay friends with an ex? I love this question. No. Yeah, I thought, no. I mean, technically it's not a bad thing. I mean, some people that I know personally are friends with their exes Me not. I'm not. I'm not because I think it's better for me. But if you think you can handle the emotional uh part that comes with being friends with your ex, if you think you can handle that, и ако мислиш реално, че няма никаква възможност да се върнеш към този човек, then yes. But still, you don't know if that person wants you back or they want to stay friends with you. Защото повечето пъти в тези случаи, it's like something happens, they break up, and they become friends again because they miss each other, and then they go back to dating, and then they break up again because it didn't fucking work for a reason. So you should really know if you are really, really emotionally and like over that person, emotionally detached from that person. You don't feel anything towards them, but you respect them and you like them as a person, not romantically, just like them as a person. If you think that's true for you, be friends with them. I don't see an issue. I really don't. If you're mature enough to да си преглътнеш всичките емоции, които си имал, когато си бил с този човек, романтичните емоции, I think it's not an issue, to be honest. And some people are friends with their exes and they talk about and they share a lot of tips and tricks about dating. And it's nice. So if you think you can get over that trauma, I don't see an issue. But you should also see if that person wants to be in your life because they want you back romantically or they want you as a friend. You have to make sure y'all are on the same page. Because if someone steers away from the fucking road, y'all are both going down. So I don't see a problem with that. But not me. I'm staying the fuck away. What's the best way to break up with someone respectfully? Okay. I mean, I don't know. Most of my relationships, съм ходил с 30,000 човека. In my relationships that I've had, that I've been in over the years, I've gotten broken up with. I've never broken up with someone. So I don't really know how to respectfully cut someone off or break up with them. But I think I told you with the ghosting, I think it's the same thing. So, yeah, but like, I think you can break up with someone respectfully when you just tell them like, hey, I don't feel like this is working out for me. It's not you, it's me. You know, it's that situation. Or if they're making you feel terrible about yourself or they're the problem, just let them know like, hey, you're not making me feel good. Ако си се опитал да говориш с тях няколко пъти and they didn't change or listen, then you just let them know, hey, не ме караш да се чувствам okay. I need to leave for me. I respect you for the times we've had together. Goodbye. If they take that, they take it. If they don't take it, they don't take it. You shouldn't explain yourself. А пък ако реално не се чувстваш, ако ти си проблема, реално не се чувстваш готов за тази връзка или те е страх от нещо, or you're just having just like fucking thoughts in your head. If it's you, just let them know early on. Не се опитвай да се залъгваш по никакъв начин, защото няма да ти помогне това. И в същото време you're gonna lead that person on. And you're gonna hurt them even more in the process. So, if you feel some doubts, if you feel some type of thoughts in your head about dating someone specifically, let them know early on because it's gonna hurt them more if you don't tell them. So, yeah, just sit them down and say, hey, I don't feel ready, blah, 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 blah. It's me, not you. I respect you. I hope you find love. I hope you date someone that's better. Whatever you think of. Just be the nicest person. Because sometimes when we are breaking up, people end up saying things that they don't really mean just because they want to get it over with fast. So I think every time two people are breaking up, there should be no ill will. There should be no drama. There should be no не трябва да е intense. Не трябва енергията да е intense. Не трябва да е hostile. Не трябва да е competitive. Like, oh my god, ти направи това, ти направи това, ти направи това, ти направи това, ти направи това. It's like, whatever happens, happens. Whatever has happened, it has happened. To the both parties, to be honest. Just be respectful. And I think you're gonna be fine. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. But be respectful because we are human beings. И колкото и да е, you should be nicer. we should be nicer to each other because we are human beings and we feel. So, yeah. And love is love. Love is the most strong feeling, the strongest feeling of them all. So, yeah, be nicer. And the last question for today is, how do you move on from unrequited love? Не знам дали го казах правилно. Unrequited. Personally for me, I'm still trying to move on from it because, I mean, we've heard the episodes. We know what happened. But I think moving on from unrequited love shouldn't be a hurtful thing. It shouldn't be like a scary thing. It shouldn't be a painful thing. It is painful, yes, but it shouldn't always be painful. You know what I mean? Moving on from someone who didn't love you enough or didn't love you hard enough is a very hard situation. It's a very weird situation because you thought you deserved more than that. You thought you gave it your all and they didn't care enough, or they didn't love you as hard as you loved them. And most of the times, that's not even the case. Most of the times, people are not ready to give you they're not ready to commit to you. They're not ready to give you the love that you deserve, or they're not ready to fall in love. They're not ready to open up. They're not ready to be emotionally vulnerable with someone, because being with someone romantically means you have to be so emotionally vulnerable. You have to be so open emotionally to that person, and it's scary for a lot of people. It really is. It's scary for a lot of people to be emotionally vulnerable, because who likes being emotional? I mean, I do, but a lot of people are scared of being emotional because they think being emotional is weak. Being emotional is a sign of weakness. Being emotional means you don't have your shit together, and that's not the case. It's just not the case. So I think moving on from someone who didn't love you enough should always start with you. And what I mean by that is, tell yourself that you deserved more, because most of the times you did. You did deserve more. I think when you're not getting the love that you give out, you start to doubt yourself. И си казваш, о, ма значи аз не съм го обичал този човек достатъчно, значи не съм дал достатъчно себе си. And no, babe, you did. Trust me, you did. You gave it your all, and they didn't appreciate it at the time, and now you think, oh, that wasn't enough. And trust me, it was enough. They just didn't appreciate it. And they weren't ready to give you the same thing because, God forbid, they're emotional. God forbid they have to open up. Yeah, as I said, being with someone means you have to open up to them. Fully open up to them. And people are not ready for that. A lot of people are not ready for that. И затова повечето двойки се карат супер много в началото на връзката, защото you have to open up, you have to be vulnerable, you have to be emotional. And it's like clashing. The emotional vulnerability is a scary thing for every human, actually. So it's normal for couples to fight. But if both parties learn to communicate openly, to be emotional openly with each other, I think you're fine. I think you're going to be set. But for you to fully move on from someone who didn't love you enough or didn't give you enough is learning to appreciate the love you give. Learning to appreciate the things you do for other people, the things you do for your close friends, the things you do for your family. Because ain't no fucking way you give all of this love that you don't deserve to get it back. You know what I mean? So learn to really accept the love you give out. Learn to love the love you give. If that makes sense. I think you get it. So, yeah. I think we're gonna end the episode because I'm tired. Мисля, спал съм 4 часа и гърлото ми пресъхва вече да говоря. I think we're gonna end this episode on the last note that I made. I hope you've had a great Valentine's Day. If you're single, hope you had a fun time. I know I did. I had a blast, honestly, by myself. If you are a couple watching, because I know some couples watch me. If you are a couple, hope everything is going well. And yeah, I hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day. I hope everyone has a great week next week. I'm sorry this is coming out later because I was going insane. Надявам се всички да сте окей. Пийте повече вода, спете добре, хранете се. Tell the people closest to you that you love them. Kiss your cat, kiss your dog, kiss your grandma, whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna see you next week on the Yappers Club. Okay, bye y'all.